Hello and welcome to Sarah's Stamping Retreat. Today we're going to be creating 5 cards with this month's Spellbinders Clubs, which has a Christmas in July theme. So we're going to start off with the stencil of the month, and it's this kind of layered bauble stencil. I don't think I'm going to use this layer, so this layer would kind of add patterns to the bauble, but I think I'm just going to go, I hope you can see kind of through there with that kind of, with the circles and the little bits and pieces, because I'm going to use it as a background. So usually I do my stenciling on a sticky mat. Today I'm just grabbing my Stamp and Stencils tool because it's what I've got to hand and it's got that kind of sticky background as well. So there are a lot of stamping tools and things with these kind of backgrounds. And I'm stenciling straight onto a white card front. So I'm going to go in with some Kitsch Flamingo for this first layer, and I'm just going to blend that on. So then I've got the second layer, and this time I'm going in with Shaded Lilac. So then for this next layer I'm going to go in with Salvage Patina. So then I'm going to grab my Spun Sugar for the final layer, just a slightly lighter shade of pink than that Kitsch Flamingo. So then there's our background, and you can see if you chose to use this final layer, then that fits over the top like that, and you can see that it decorates each of the baubles. So that's really cute, but because I want to use it as a background rather than a focal piece, I'm just going to leave it like that. So then for the focal point of our card, we're going to use the large die of the month. So you can see that the large die of the month comes with a Christmas tree, but it also comes with like a little elf and a Santa Claus. So you can use it in loads of different ways. Obviously you can use those little characters separately. We're just going to use the tree for this card. So you get like a smaller tree piece and a larger tree piece. And I've cut the smaller one once, so that'll go at the top. And then I've cut the larger one 3 times. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer them up, but the top ones are going to kind of come off this side of the card, and then the bottom one will sit flush with the card. So I'll layer up like that. So I'm going to start at the bottom and I'm just going to glue these on. So I'm going to add this so it's just hanging off the end a little bit. And we'll trim that in a second. And then I'll add this one on. And then the other light green one. And then this one. And then I'm just going to cut off that overhang. I always find it easier to cut off excess from the back because you can see where you're cutting. So then we can add on the Christmas lights. So I'm just trimming some bits off the ends so that they fit where I want them to lie. And I love that they make it really easy to do this kind of thing, like all 3 of the strings of lights are on one die, and it cuts loads of these little circles at once as well. So I cut it 3 times for the 3 colours, and I had enough for 2 sets of lights and some left over. So that's nice and quick and easy to get those sorted. So then I'm going to use this stamp set, which is the stamp set of the month, for the sentiment. And it comes with coordinating dies. Please excuse my block, it needs a good clean. So I'm going to heat emboss this here. You can see that I've used this piece loads of times for different sentiments and things. When I have my cardstock, I find it easier to use kind of clean sheets for making card blanks and things like that. And then offcuts, like I'll keep this just for like stamping and die cutting and things. And I find that way I get more out of my card. So then I'm going to use this coordinating die just to die cut that out. Then I'm just going to add some foam pads to the back of my sentiment. And then I'll just add that onto my card. So then that's that card done. So then for my second card, I've used this 3D embossing folder of the month to emboss this piece of blue cardstock. And I'm just going to add that to my card blank. And then I'm going to use this small die of the month club. So I have used the kind of wavy dies to cut 2 pieces from white cardstock. So they will be our snowbanks. And then I just die cut these cute penguins. And this Let It Snow. I'm just going to glue on this piece to this side. You can see it's not quite wide enough, but that's fine because I'm going to cover that up with the other piece. So then I'm going to add foam behind the other piece. And then I'm going to add this fun little penguin on here. Now add foam pads behind this one as well. And I'll add this one on here. I do think these penguins are so cute. And then I'll just add some foam behind this die cut sentiment as well. And I just think that's really, really sweet. So then for our third card, we're going to use this cute stitching die of the month. And we've got some stitching both on his jumper and on his scarf. So I'm just going to tape the thread behind here. I'm using 3 strands of embroidery thread. And then the stitching's really simple to do. It's literally up and down. So you've got the little embossed lines to show you where to go, but you're literally just going from side to side. It's kind of the most simple stitching you can do. So I feel like even if you've not picked up a needle and thread in years, you could have a go at this. I mean, quite honestly, the only stitching that I do is on cards. I don't really have the patience for big bits of embroidery or anything like that, but I quite like these small little bits that you can do in literally kind of a few seconds. And I'm going for tone on tone, which I think adds a nice bit of texture, but obviously you could add colour if you wanted to as well. You could go for some more bold stripes. So then this piece again is just side to side, exactly the same as the other piece that we did. And then because nobody's going to see the back of it, it's fine just to tape those strands down. So again, kind of a no fuss method. So then for the main part of the jumper, I'm going to use tone on tone again. So I'm using just a slightly paler pink thread. And then this time we're kind of going to go out to the side and then back into the middle. So we're making kind of almost like little tree shapes. So I'm going to go down like that. Then I'm going to come back up the other way. So I'm literally just going from the middle out to the side to create these like little V's. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go all the way down the middle and then back up again. And then that just repeats on all of the other sections. The other thing that's worth noting is that you can cut both the top and the scarf without the stitching holes if you want to, so it'd just be plain. So you could cut them from pattern paper or plain cardstock or whatever you want to. You don't have to do the stitching. But I do like the added texture that it gives. So then there's our top. So then I've made up the rest of the pieces of the reindeer. The only thing that I want to do is just add some black behind the eyes. So I'm just going to cut down a piece of black cardstock. So I can just add this behind and then cut it off at the sides. So then there are a few things that you can have him holding, but I want him to hold the sentiment. So I'm going to use this Cue the Merry. And again, I can die cut that with the coordinating die. So then I've got a sage green card blank, and I can just add on all my pieces. So I've just placed my arms here, so I know roughly where I want my sentiment to be. So I can add that on. And then we can add on the hands. So then let's glue that right at the bottom of our card. And actually I just want to add this piece of this scarf behind there as well before that properly dries. So I'm going to add on his head. I'm not going to add it right on top of the jumper because we've got the scarf to go on as well. And with these layered like stitching dies, I often find that they've actually got enough dimension already without adding foam pads, so quite often I don't use the foam pads with them. So then there's our jolly little reindeer. So then for our next card, we're going to start off with this embossing folder of the month, which is this really lovely knitted pattern. And you can see I'm actually using up some cardstock that's kind of got splashed with ink, but because we're gluing over it, then it really doesn't matter. And it's a nice way to use it up. We don't want all that to go to waste. And then there is still one club that I've not shown you yet, which is this press and foil of the month, which we're going to use for the next card. But for the focal point on this, we're going to use this little teddy that you get as one of your gifts if you buy the All Clubs crate this month. So All Clubs crate is where you get all 8 of the month's clubs for a discounted price. So as an example, in the UK, if you bought all the clubs separately, it would cost you £160. But the All Clubs crate is £130. So you save that £30, but then you also get 2 free gifts. So the first one is this small die set, which is a cute little teddy. And then the second gift is a full large die set that I'm going to use for the next card. But obviously if you don't have the All Clubs crate, then you can just mix this up. Like, why not make this with like the little Santa or little elf, or even one of the penguins that we used. There's loads of different things that you can do. So I'm actually kind of stepping back from the Christmas on this one. I thought we'd make a new baby card. Obviously this could be a child's Christmas card. I don't know, I just thought that that was quite a sweet little new baby thing. So I've got this piece which is 2 1/4 by 3.5 inches. And this is an old stamp that I've had for ages. But obviously, like I said, you could use one of the stamps that comes in this month's clubs and make it into a Christmas card. You could use anything from your stash. So then I'm just going to glue that to a piece of kind of pale blue cardstock that's 1/8 of an inch bigger. Then I'm just going to use some scraps of foam that I've got left over to pop this off. So then I can pop that on there, and then I can add on a little bit. I'm popping that up as well. So then there's that card done. So then for my final card, as I said, I'm going to use this press and foil plate. So you get the actual plate, and then you get a few little sentiments as well. You've got make it memorable, happy holidays, and let the merry begin. So I'm going to line this up on the A2 bit. It's slightly bigger. So then I'm going to take this to my better press. I'm going to tape it open. Now if you don't want any pattern going on the back of your card, then you need to mask this bit off. I'm really not worried about that at all. So I've obviously put my tape at the back of the card where I don't need the print, and then I'm going to ink this up in a green ink so that we get a tone on tone look. I'm just going to clean off some of this excess ink, and then I'll pop that through my die cutting machine. So you can see how pretty that is with a tone on tone. So then I'm going to use that die set that I showed you that comes as a gift. I'm not using the little characters that go with it, and obviously it's designed to go like this with a little character hanging. I'm going to have it up the kind of more traditional way, and then I'm going to have my sentiment coming across here to hide this bit here. So I'm just going to use this little Merry Christmas. I'm just going to heat emboss that onto this pink again, and I'll heat emboss it in white. And again I'm going to die cut that with the coordinating die. So then this piece of cardstock is 3 1/4 by 4.5 inches. And I'm just going to pop that up on some foam. I've got a few oddments that I want to use up. So basically this foam, I'd buy in sheets. I think that it's 9 by 12 inches and you get 10 sheets per pack. It's sticky on one side and not sticky on the other. And I actually really like it because it means that you can stick the one side on, and it's great for, say, if you're using mirror cardstock or something where you want that really strong grip. Then you can add your liquid glue to the other side and you've just got that bit of wiggle room if you need it. But basically I use the sheets to cut up to go behind these big layers first, and then any offcuts that I've got after that I either use patchwork like this or I use for kind of like sentiments and things if they're smaller pieces. Add some glue behind here as well. And then I'll just add some foam behind the sentiment. Then there's that card done. So there are all 5 of today's cards. Please do let me know in the comments which is your favourite. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd really appreciate you clicking like below, and you can also press subscribe if you'd like to see future videos. If you press the bell button and select all, then YouTube will also notify you when I've got a new video available. All of the products that I've used for today's cards are listed in the description below, and there's also a link there to my blog where you can find a picture supply list if that helps you find what you're looking for. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon.